hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kayla, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a list of things that you'll need to create a perfect dark academia wardrobe. Hey guys, hello, like I said, my name is Kayla, and today I have for you a list of things that you will need to create your dream dark academia wardrobe. Now, of course, this list is not exhaustive, and I am so sure that there are some people who really love and participate in the dark academia aesthetic who will disagree with some of the items that I show you. I'm of the camp that aesthetics are meant to be altered to match your personality. Like, you can pick an aesthetic that you like, and obviously there are certain things that very much scream dark academia. For example, dark sweater vests, plaid pants, Mary Janes or Oxfords, leather bags, things like that. And of course, like, those are pretty big staples within the dark academia aesthetic, but then there are other things that you can do, like introducing a dark purple or a navy blue, which are little spurts of color but still fit really well within that sort of darker tones. So that is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. If you guys have been watching my channel for some time, you would know that I really love just sort of melding the aesthetics to sort of work with my personality and my personal taste. So there is going to be some color behind us. We're not just going to be sticking to the traditional blacks, browns, creams, and whites. There's some olive green, there's some maroon, there's some dark purple, there's some navy. But that being said, for the most part, there is a lot of black and brown back there, I'm sure you guys can see. So before we jump into this video, don't forget to pause and go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, and I'll let you know this when I upload new videos, which is every single Wednesday. I upload fashion-related content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's jump into all of the things that, from my point of view, help to create a perfect dark academia wardrobe. Okay, so I have my little notes here. So let's start from, I think, the easiest, most basic items and work our way up. So first thing is first, I think you see this in almost every outfit within the academia aesthetic, whether you're talking light academia, dark academia, etc., is a good solid white button-up. So I have the trifecta here. I have no sleeves, short sleeves, and long sleeves. And of course you could add a 3/4 length sleeve if you wanted, but I actually find having the 3 different sleeve lengths to be very, very helpful, particularly as we're sort of in the in-between time right now, where like some days are really freaking hot, like today it's in the 90 degrees, so very, very hot, and then other days it's going to be like 75, and then you could probably wear like a long sleeve shirt. So I think it's nice to have like all 3 sleeve lengths if you can, but if you only want to get 1 sleeve length, I recommend going for the long sleeve, just because it is the most obvious staple for the dark academia aesthetic. I will say I do use the no sleeves a ton. I use these 2 the most, I would say. So if you can get 2, I would go for no sleeves and long sleeves. If you can only get 1, I would just go for the long sleeves. You can always roll up the sleeves, so it is a bit more versatile than this one. It's just like no sleeves at all. So yes, step 1 to achieving the dream dark academia or light academia wardrobe is a good white button-up shirt. Alternatively, if you're not a big fan of white button-ups, you can go for a good black button-up. So I actually don't wear a lot of black. Black's not my favorite color. I love brown, so a lot of the things you're gonna see are brown items, but this is the one black button-up top I do have. But a long sleeve black button-up would work well too. This is, again, you would use it in the same way that you would use a white one for layering, for tucking into trousers or skirts, for putting cardigans over, stuff like that. So yes, if you're not a big fan of a white button-up, a black button-up is a great alternative, or a brown button-up as well. Honestly, anything with a collar that looks super studious and academic is a go-to. So if you want to add a little bit of color into your life, you can even grab some darker toned, like maybe like a navy blue button-up or like a olive green button-up, and sort of incorporate that in with some more brown and black tones. So yes, button-ups. Speaking of layering, moving on to, I guess, category 2, sweater vests. I'm a huge fan of sweater vests, and they were a huge trend last year. I really want to get some more sweater vests with patterns on them, but right now I have basically just very plain ones. So I have this really beautiful sort of creamy tan colored one, the one I'm wearing now, which is a sort of orangey caramel brown color, and then this one here, to add a little pop of color, is a really lovely dark sort of royal purple. So yeah, a sweater vest. Sweater vests are, again, another way to play with that academic vibe and are great for layering. These are gonna look so good with all this autumn outfits. Again, it's a hot 90-degree day today, but I'm wearing this sweater vest that I have on here. It's quite thin, so if you can source yourself a good thin sweater vest, you can always sort of use those as we're transitioning away from summer into fall. But sweater vests, really popular within the aesthetic and really easy to find in the thrift stores now that a lot of people are sort of moving away from the sweater vest trend. But this is a big staple within the dark academia and light academia aesthetics. So get yourself a good sweater vest. I would recommend, if you're looking for one specific sweater vest, I would either go for a darker brown one or one that has like a good argyle print on it that is playing with different brown tones. That's personally what I would lean toward if I only wanted to get one sweater vest for my dark academia wardrobe. But if you are a big fan of sweater vests, that's when you can really start playing around with different textures and patterns and different styles of sweater vests. Like this one here is a button up, whereas this one and the one I'm wearing are just pullover ones. Sweater vests. Keeping with sweaters and sweatery things, yeah, sweaters. Those are a big part of the academia aesthetic. This is definitely a cold weather aesthetic. You can easily wear dark academia and light academia in the warmer months as well. I did myself. I even made an entire video showing you guys dark academia outfits for the summer. So you definitely can wear them, but this aesthetic kind of really thrives in the cold weather. And sweaters are a big part of that. I think sweaters look great paired underneath a blazer, which is another really big part of the dark academia aesthetic. So playing with just different sweaters and different textures is a really good staple for dark academia. Now, again, a lot of the times there's like some dark academia purists out there who are very much like only black, only brown, only gray. That's it. I am not that person, but of course, black, brown, and gray sweaters would be a great staple to have. Unfortunately for me, I don't have any of those. So the sweaters that I'm showing you do have some color in them. So I got this nice maroon one, I've got this navy blue one, and I've got this olive green one. I did pick sweaters that I owned that are just darker in appearance. So this is like a good dark olivey green, and I think that again paired with browns, because I think olive green and brown look beautiful together, but I think paired with browns this could look really, really nice. Maybe tucked into a pair of brown or plaid trousers and having like a blazer over top of it, it could really work. And honestly, the same for either of these as well. Mock necks are another really big part of the dark academia aesthetic, so maybe invest yourself in a mock neck. Now, if you're only going to get one sweater and you want to really stick true to the dark academia aesthetic, I would say go for a brown one if you can find one, or a black one. Black is a very versatile color, so even though it's not my favorite, I know a lot of people love the color black and it's very versatile. So I would say either go for a black or a brown one, but if you're wanting to introduce some color, personally, I lean toward red. I think dark reds really work nicely, or dark oranges work really nicely with dark academia. Okay, moving on. Up next, we have skirts. So we're really hitting every wardrobe category, but I'm trying to give you guys some variety. Now, some people aren't skirt people, so if you're not, this is totally irrelevant to you. Some people aren't pants people. So if you aren't pants people and you're more of a skirt person, then hopefully you guys can find this part helpful. I personally alternate between skirts and trousers. I don't really wear jeans, and also jeans don't really work, I don't feel, within the dark academia aesthetic, because it's very professional feeling and jeans are very casual. But I figured I would show you both skirts and trousers and not just one or the other, though they're basically sort of the same guidelines. Either a good plaid or a good solid. So here I have a solid dark gray skirt, which I think works really well. Alternatives to that would be a good dark brown or a black, or even like a muddy brown I think would look good. You can definitely play with like the tones within the brown category. There's a lot of freedom there. So yeah, a good solid brown, gray, or black skirt, or you can go for a plaid variety. I have two different plaid skirts here, and they just play with different tones within the brown family, like I said, and within the sort of gray family as well. So both of them are sort of leaning dark, obviously, as you can see. I would say in terms of style, both of these are really similar. This one is just a bit longer. So this is just a good A-line skirt here. A-line skirts, I think, are perfect for the dark academia aesthetic. When picking out skirts, you really want to think school uniform. If you're a person who's more into modest dress, like I myself, then going for a good midi-length skirt like this one works perfectly. If you are somebody who is more interested in mini skirts, then there's a plethora of sort of tennis skirt options you can go for that I think would work really, really well for the dark academia aesthetic. So yeah, this one's like a good A-line. This one is as well, though it's got a bit more pleating, which I think does definitely add to the sort of dark academia, sort of very professional, school uniform, academic sort of vibe. So definitely pleats is something that you want to look out for. And then the gray skirt I have is quite different. This gray skirt though it is a long A-line skirt, but it is made out of like a sort of, I have no other way to describe it but to say a sweatpant material. So it is a little bit more casual feeling or sporty feeling, but I think in general it works really well. And I mean, if I were to tuck what I'm wearing on top into the skirt, I think it would look very dark academia and work really well. I often like pairing solid things with patterned things. So I might go for a patterned sweater vest if I had one. Obviously I don't, but I might go for a patterned sweater vest or some sort of patterned top on the top with this one, just to add a little bit of visual interest to my outfit, or throw on a tweed or plaid blazer. Pants follow the exact same formula, just leaning towards those darker tones. So this one's got a sort of creamy background, and then it's got a dark maroonish purpley red in it, and a grayish black. I don't think it's like pure black, it's almost like a grayish black in these pants, which are really, really nice. These are from Abercrombie & Fitch a few years ago, and these are one of my favorite pairs of plaid trousers that I own. They are just so high quality. I think I've had them for at least 4 years now. Really, really love them. And then these I thrifted, and these ones are nice because they have an elastic waistband, so they're really, really comfortable. They're very high-waisted, and these ones also have a nice houndstooth pattern with it's like the same sort of light tan background, but with a really small houndstooth pattern, so it looks a lot darker since the houndstooth is made out of a dark brown and, like, again, a grayish black. So you have these two options here. These ones are full length and these ones are 3/4 length. And then I'm also wearing another pair, and these ones that I have on have some color in them, so they have a navy blue and an orange stripe in them to add a little bit of variety and color, just to spice things up a little bit. So those are some different options for plaid pants. Now, unfortunately, I am still on the hunt for my perfect pair of brown trousers, so I don't have any on hand, but a good pair of black or brown cigarette pants, high-waisted, preferably sort of fitted at the waist, very indicative of cigarette trousers that were worn in the 1940s by men. But yes, plaid pants or a good pair of solid cigarette pants in either a black, brown, or dark gray. Okay, moving right on along, next thing you can do is go for a nice plaid dress. So pinafore dresses like this one here work really, really well. They're a very professional silhouette. You can pair a collared shirt underneath them and a cardigan over top of them. You can chuck some tights on and throw on some Oxfords, and you're looking very dark academia. So this is a good option here. This dress is from, I think, American Eagle. Yes. And this is in a size large. I got this a few years ago, but I recently saw on their website that they have a few similar dresses to this one, and they have some that lean more towards gray and black as opposed to brown, like this one. This is actually brown and navy blue. This is another great option if maybe you're more into skirts and dresses. You can go for a dress like this. Now, this one is kind of hard to show you, but it is shorter, and I am usually into a longer dress, so that's why I definitely would say if you're into longer dresses, but you can only find shorter ones, invest in a good pair of tights, because that is sort of what I lean on when I do decide to wear shorter skirts and dresses and such. In that category, you can also easily invest in solid dresses like that and pair collared shirts underneath it. Like a solid brown dress I think would look gorgeous, or a solid black dress would look really pretty and be so versatile. You can definitely use that if you're going on a date night or something. That is the dress category. Now moving on to the last few. We're almost there. Now I've mentioned them a few times already. Cardigans. Cardigans are a big part of the dark academia aesthetic. So again, I have thrown in a little bit of color. I've got this sort of maroon looking varsity cardigan here. This is from Roundtree and York, and it's in a size large. This is actually a men's clothing line, so a size large is a nice oversized fit on me. This I got at like Sears or something. Are they out of business? Whichever one went out of business. I think it was Sears. And I got it right as they were going out of business, so it was like $4, which is really, really great. I just think this is a really good one for layering, and it's a nice casual cardigan, so if you're not trying to be super posh and professional, that's a really good option. And then I have these two as well. So this one here is from Liz Baker. It is in a size extra large, and it's just a really nice dark brown. And it also has some black threads woven into it, which I think gives it some cool visual interest. So I really, really like this cardigan. This one I thrifted. And then this one is just a nice solid black one with some gold details, which gold I feel like I often associate with dark academia as well. So I felt like the gold buttons worked really well for this. This is from the brand By Design. It's in a size large, and I think I got this at Burlington if I remember correctly. So yeah, a good solid cardigan I think is the way to go. I mean, I'm sure they make plaid or argyle cardigans, and I think that would also work really well, but generally speaking, a good solid, I would say these are your best bets if you only want to get one, either a black or a brown one. And then of course, if you wanted to play with color, you can go for a red or an orange or something like that. Okay, so up next, we're talking blazers. Okay, so I would say traditionally tweed blazers are like the most popular type of blazer within the dark academia aesthetic. Now, I don't actually own a tweed blazer, but I do have two different other types of blazers, so I thought I would show these to you guys. So this one here I think works really, really well for dark academia. It's just a nice, tailored, well-fitting plaid blazer. It's got black, it's got brown, it's got like a sort of orangey brown, and then it also has like a pale pink in it, which is my way of sort of tying my personality into this. Pink is my favorite color of all time. So I think, you know, this is a good option for a blazer if you don't want to go with something that's tweed but you also still want to go with the pattern. So this is just a good, nice cotton plaid one. This is from A New Day, which is a Target brand. I got this probably about a year and a half ago. But yeah, so really, really love this blazer, and I think it's a good option. This one's quite a longer lined one, which I think works really well, especially since high-waisted pants are a really big part of the academia aesthetic. So then this sort of counteracts that higher waistline. This one is also on the longer line side, and this is what I call, I don't know what the official name for them is, but I call these a casual blazer. These are ones that are not as tailored, they're not as stiff, they're sort of slouchy, they have little or no lining, like this one has no lining. This is from the brand Sag Harbor, and it's in a size 12, and it's made out of like what feels like almost a suede-ish like material, but it's made out of polyester, so it's not suede, but it feels like suede. And it's got a little bit of stretch because there's a bit of spandex in it as well. This works really well for just a warmer day where you don't want to wear something too heavy. This is very thin, very simple, laid back, not too professional, but it can still work in a pseudo-professional environment. This is just another option for a blazer. Again, like I said, long line, so it really counteracts that higher waistband. Now, again, tweed is sort of the chosen material, so if you can get your hands on a tweed blazer, that would be really great. I know they exist in the thrift store. I actually have one, but it's like pink. It's like pastel pink and white, so obviously it doesn't work for this aesthetic. Okay, and for outerwear, I do actually have something tweed. I have this nice tweed jacket here, and then I also have this pretty heavy winter coat here. So this one is actually wool. This is a 55% wool and 45% viscose. This is from Newport News Easy Style in a size 16, fits like a 12 because it is a nice vintage piece, and this is just a gorgeous coat. It has been so carefully tailored and is just so beautiful, and I absolutely love and adore it so much. It's just in a nice black and white chevron weave, and it is just so beautiful. These are both definitely on the heavier side, so these are going to be like late fall and all of winter wear. So yeah, definitely not for this time period, for sure not. But there's this one here, which I think is a great option. It's a good black and white tweed, which again, tweed very popular, and sort of the key here is that they're very tailored. Now that one is thrifted. This one was from Old Navy. I got this for Christmas last year actually, and this is just I call this my London coat. It just reminds me so much of London. Again, a nice long line coat. It goes down to like mid calf perhaps. And this one could work, I think, for light or dark academia. If it were a darker brown or a leather, I think it could work really well for dark academia as well. This is just in a size large, and like I said, from Old Navy, and it's just a really beautiful coat as well. So yeah, just a nice, thick, long line, tailored, collared coat I think works really well for the dark academia aesthetic. Moving on, let's talk about shoes. So first thing is first, loafers. So I have two pairs of loafers I want to show you. These ones here are probably like ready to go in the trash. They're quite old, but they're from the brand Christian Sereno in a size 9.5. I got them at Payless many moons ago, and they're just a good basic pair of brown Loafers, I think a good pair of basic loafers will work every time for dark academia in terms of footwear. And then these ones just have some really beautiful designs in them. I showed you guys these ones last week. These are also loafers, and I love these so much. I thrifted these. They were a bargain. They were only $5 and change. So a good loafer is definitely the way to go. I think leather is often the most popular when you're talking about accessories within the dark academia aesthetic. So these ones are leather. The other ones are like suede. So definitely a good leather pair if you can find them. If you can find them secondhand, that's even better. So yeah, these ones are leather and they are secondhand, and I'm obsessed. Another option if you're not a loafer person is a good Oxford. So I've got these heeled Oxfords here. These are from Charlie Stone Shoes, and they're so freaking beautiful. They're heeled, so I don't wear them as often, like as an every single day shoe, but I do wear them as frequently as I would wear a heeled shoe, if that makes sense. And then I have these ones here that I always say this every time I mention them, that are broken. I thrifted them on Poshmark, and unfortunately they broke after just a couple of wears. Another shoe that's really popular that I don't actually have a pair of are Mary Janes. Particularly those really big chunky Mary Janes I find are very, very, very well loved within this aesthetic. So if you can find a pair of those, I'm actually on the hunt for a pair, but of course I want to buy them secondhand. So I've yet to find one that's secondhand. If I can find a pair that are secondhand, I will absolutely snag them up. So that is what I would say in terms of shoes. Now in terms of accessories, I'm going to keep this pretty brief, but leather bags are a really big part. Briefcases, backpacks, over-the-shoulder purses, satchels, things like that that are made of leather or like, you know, fake leather, if you will. Also, gold, everything. When I think of dark academia, I think of gold when I think of jewelry. Or I kind of just am like, when I think of jewelry and I think of old, what do I think? I think of gold, pearl, and antique brass. And those are sort of the three things that I've noticed within sort of the dark academia aesthetic that are really popular when it comes to jewelry. And then leather for like watch strap. Also, hair ribbons are really cute if you want to add a more feminine touch to your outfit. Headbands as well, or hair clips to sort of clip your hair back for a more studious sort of I'm at the library studying look. And yeah, alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I hope this was helpful for you if you're trying to put together a dark academia or a light academia wardrobe. These kind of work for dark or light academia. You would just want to tailor the colors a bit on the lighter side if you're going for light academia as opposed to dark academia. Of course, I showed you like blacks and browns. If you're going for light academia, you'd want to go for whites and tans and creams instead. But overall, very similar. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you found this helpful. Also, comment down below if there are any other aesthetic wardrobe essentials you would like to see me put together. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. I upload fashion related content every single Wednesday. And I'm also super active over on social media, so if you want to check me out on Instagram or TikTok, you can follow me at XOXO Glitterbug. And I think that's all I have for you guys. So don't forget, it costs absolutely nothing to be kind. So be kind to yourself and others, and I'll see you next week. Bye!